Guys, you are so curious. Since you lived in 3 continents already, I'm curious. Do you think Paris lives up all the hype for someone who actually lives there? If you're new to my channel, I used to live in London, Singapore and New York City. The answer is yes, definitely. But I think why I love Paris so much is because Paris is in France. And for me, the French culture is unique. You know, French knows how to find the balance between work and personal life. Paris lifts me up because she's not perfect, she's challenging. She's reflecting to me how life is supposed to look. Grab the opportunity, say yes more often, take the time to stop and just have a beer on the terrace. Don't be ashamed, challenge yourself, dress better. Or just don't wait for the green light to pop up to cross the street. You know, if it's no danger, you can cross the street. This was a metaphor. And I think what Paris can teach you is to learn how to be comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. Almost in all the buildings there will be 6 to 8 floors with no elevator. But for me, what brings the hype of Paris is to have more Anglo-Saxon people, more expats coming in the city. And I think this is a lot of richness for us. Be more open to different lifestyle. A big wave of hipster coming in Paris. And I really love that. If you're following my vlogs, you know I'm always going to very nice place. Sometimes it looks very cheap, but actually is a line outside because everyone wants to be in this place. I think it's a lot of artists and people are coming here to express the creativity they have. Paris for that vibrates a lot and I like to be around this kind of people. Voilà. Second question. What was living in New York like? Work and rent. Living in New York. Living in New York was my biggest dream and goal in life ever. I went for the first time in 2011 and I felt in love of the city and maybe a boy. Anyways, so I was like, okay, I don't know how, when, but I will definitely coming back. And I negotiated a visa like a few years ago. Let me know in the comments if you want a story time about this, how I negotiate my visa to go in USA, because it's a good story time. So I went there and, you know, when you are in New York under a visa, the employer, so your boss paying to have you here. So you better to be the best. You better to work your ass off to be a fucking workaholic. You don't have choice. Otherwise, going back in France. So I was working a lot, but I learned so much and it was my best job ever because at the end I was general manager to a store with 50 employees. So I was, a leader and I was learning a lot about humanity. And it's what I love in New York is everyone is going in the same direction, Everyone wants to be the better version of themselves. They have a good money mindset. I love that. Not like in France. They don't have a good money mindset in France. They are healthy, taking care of themselves a lot, the way they look. And I was living in Williamsburg, so my rent was a bit expensive. It was like $3,000 a month for 2 bedrooms. And the lease was under my name, so I was paying less, obviously, because it was under my name. My French housemate was paying like 1.7k, and I was paying the rest. During my days off, I was going to Equinox, or sometimes before work, I was going to Equinox. I was walking my dog forever outside. I was with my best friends as well, so I have very good friends. And when you are expat, your friends become like your family because you are very far from your family. You're gonna spend Christmas with them. But in New York, I learned so much about myself. I learned about how to be confident, how to go out of my comfort zone. I was working a lot of my personal development. And my friend Kenza, she was as well helping me because she was thinking sometimes I was too nice. So she taught me how to be sometimes a bad bitch. I was dating a lot. As a French girl, you can date a lot without trouble. It was very easy for that, so this was a good part. Yeah. What is your favorite thing about living in Paris? Is definitely the beauty of the city. I'm always speechless. You just have to look around and you are like, wow, putain, fuck. It's beautiful, and that's why I think it brings so much artists in Paris, is because you can have a lot of inspiration, to be around such a beauty. And of course, the croissant and the baguette. Hi. What was the 9 to 5 you quit and how did you know it was the time to make the leap? Okay, so a 9 to 5 I took, it was just after New York in 2020, after the COVID. So I went back in France. I didn't have choice. It was a very hard time for me. And I decided to buy my mom's car. So I needed to work for that. So I went in Bordeaux, in south of France, and I didn't know this region at all. But I went there with my dog and I found a job in a 5-star hotel to work as a reception. So it was not very interesting at all. It was, anyway, I was happy because I love the beach. So I was like, I'm gonna work at the beach. I was a bit wrong, but it's fine. So I went there. 2 weeks after I started my job in October, we were in quarantine for the COVID. So they chose me to be the person in charge of, staying at the hotel and, answer the phone to make sure I open the door, I close the door, and I was allowed to stay with my dog. So it was super cool. But I was bored as fuck, you can imagine. So I started to listen to some podcasts. I was walking my dog like forever outside as well. It was so cool. Learn more about money mindset, entrepreneur mindset, and I was vibrating a lot for that. I was like, oh my God, I want to do it. And when I wake up every morning to go to this place, I was like, fuck that, it's not my life. I don't want to be there. But sometimes you have to do the thing. If it's an emergency, the emergency was to have a car in France. If you're not in Paris, you want to kill yourself because you can't do anything without a car. So I was like, okay, let's buy the car first. So stick on that. Use this opportunity to have time and be born to acknowledge yourself about more things. So, and I meet someone there. She gave me an idea, to start a business. So I decided to stop the job the 31st of December. And so for the 1st of January, I was taking my car back to my mom. And I stay at least a year at my mom to start my online business. And this is one of my best choices because my first year was very, very, very great. When you are like swimming, walking your dog, waking up, or on your yoga mat or anywhere, and you feel like what you are doing is not good for you, at the end. And you always find some excuse. Yes, but no, I need to do that. No, fuck. You don't like it. Change your life, I always say that, but in life is always moving, It's not, if you don't like something, just do something else, Life is too short. And I'm a very good example for that because I had southern life before to talk to you today. How did you pluck up the courage to start YouTube? Good question. So my first YouTube channel was in New York. I took my iPhone and I tape it on the mirror of the bathroom and I start cutting my hair and I get monetized for that. So because the video went viral during COVID. This channel in English, I've got the courage to start a decision that my sister told me. So it was in July, like 6 months ago, in July 2023. And she said to me, why don't you talk in English? Because it's more exotic, if you are Parisian living in Paris, some people will be interested about your life, but not French, but maybe people from USA, from India, from Brazil. So I was like, yeah, you're right. And plus, I really want to improve my English. I don't want to lose. It was so hard to me to learn English. I don't want to lose that. So that's why I decided to start my YouTube from scratch, from zero. And I had my French channel for 4 years, So I was like, okay, I start over with more niche, like my vlogs, living alone there is in Paris. The courage, I think, is craziness because I work every day on my YouTube channel. But a lot of people at work doesn't know anyone, and like only Carla knows, because I don't want to share anything from my life. At my camera to you, I can say like everything. If you ask me even some personal question, I will answer if it can help. Is how YouTube works, is to share, to create a community. But with my colleagues or acquaintances, I don't want them to know anything about my life, Even if I'm dating someone very soon, I really hope someone will invite me on Hinge for a date, but I don't know if I'm gonna tell him. Anyways, starting YouTube is one of the best things I'm doing because I can express my creativity on my vlogs, have my brain completely focused of something that I love. I could do that for hours, and it's cool to find something you're really passionate about. Hello. My questions are: what did you study or what training did you do? Are pets generally allowed in rented accommodation in France? How old are you? How many languages do you speak? And thank you for your videos. They always cheers me up. Merci. Thank you so much for your feedback. So for the first question about my study, I will answer it just after that because I have someone else who asked me. Guys, you are so curious. But you will be very surprised. For the pets, you don't have, when you visit an apartment, you don't have to tell the owner that you have a pet. Okay, it's not mandatory at all. But you can be very in trouble if your dog is noisy, if you start barking when you are not here, and if the neighbors are complaining, they can, do something with the building to write you some letters to force you out of the apartment. So you need to be very careful. Or, sometimes when you're going in an apartment, you put a deposit. And I don't know if your cat fucked up something, you will have to pay for it. It's normal, But last time when I visited an apartment in Paris, it was a very small apartment and I was talking to the owner. I felt like I have to tell her, even if it's apartment hunting in Paris is a nightmare. But I was like, yeah, I want to be honest with you because I have a little dog. No. She said, thank you so much for your transparency. I really appreciate it. So for me, it's not a problem. I really love dogs. So as soon as she's calm and anything, how old are you? I'm 35. Of 28th of March, I will turn 35. Yes, I'm a Aries. Yeah. How many languages do I speak? I speak 2 languages. I speak French, I speak dog. No, I speak English and it was really hard for me to learn English. So tell me in the comments if you want a story time about how I managed to find a job in London without speaking a fucking word in English. Yes. Have you studied something at university? Are there any academic goals you may have regret before trying out YouTube? Love this career for you. I think you have a cool outlook to bring to YouTube. Merci. I could cry for that. I could. Merci beaucoup. Guys, you will be maybe surprised about my study, but I hate school. I hate school so much. When I was a kid, I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to learn anything about school. I hate it, And my parents support me a lot because it was really hard. I was a really happy kid at home and I was really sad at school. My mom was very broke about how my teacher was with me, she couldn't understand why I was a smart girl, intelligent and fun and everything. And she was fighting over the teachers because she didn't want them to break me, to... I'm not gonna start to cry, no? But maybe I'm gonna start to cry. Because this... Anyway. I don't know why I'm crying in front of my camera. And it's very odd. Because I'm just thinking about me as a little kid. Some teacher can be very mean with the kids. And maybe that's why I'm not doing any fast cam video because I'm talking too much about myself and after I'm starting to be emotional about that. Especially, talking about me as an adult is fine, but me as a kid, it touched me because, and my mom, she was worried about my self-esteem and everything. So she helped me a lot and it was super cool. Anyways, I didn't have any diploma, like the brevet de collège. I don't know the name in English, but I tried twice and, I didn't went to college. I couldn't. So the only thing I was able to go, it was hospitality school. So I get a diploma as a cook. It was super cool. And after that, I was 18, so I was very young, too young to start to work for me. So I was not feeling ready. So I went to do a diploma as a sommelier, the guy who was selling the wine in the restaurant. So I was very good on blind tasting and I really enjoy it. And today my brother is a sommelier. And I went to do a diploma as a cocktail bartender because I wanted to have more knowledge about spirits and the industry of the cocktails. So I was working at the Plaza Athénée in Paris. So I was going at school in Paris and then for 1 week I was working and I did my internship as a cook as well when I was 17 there. So they knew me, so they accept to take me as a training bartender training. That's all. I have only 3 diplomas: cook, sommelier, and cocktail bartender. I'm very proud of how I managed my career because at 21 I was already a manager. I was managing a team of 15 people. I will tell you in another video. But in New York, when I was 29, I was also general manager of a store with 50 employees. And my two predecessors, they went to the biggest and expensive hospitality school in Switzerland, so in Lausanne. So I think it's 30 or 50K a year. And I'm sure the little girl who's watching this is proud as well. Which areas of France are your favorite, and what do you think about Marseille? My favorite area in France is definitely the Normandy. The countryside where I'm coming from is my roots. I love the green countryside, the rain, the middle temperature is not too hot, is not too cold. It's 2 hours away from Paris. All the beaches are very empty because the water is cold. It's not a lot of tourists. It's very charming. The best cheese of France ever because we have the camembert. It's very pure. It's very precious. I love Normandy. But I also love the French Alps. You know, you can go and ski, and my sister lives there. I will go very soon and go to the lake. It's coming in the next vlog this year for sure. Finger crossed. As well, I love Corsica. It's the island in France, near Sardaigne, near Italy, between Italy and France in Mediterranean. I love French Riviera. I used to live there. It's near Cannes. Is where is a film festival. You know, everywhere we have all the Hollywood superstars there. And I love La Bretagne as well, so the Brittany. Here you have a nice crepe, sea salt butter, and the beach are amazing. But the water is cold. You understood, I love beach, and I'm a beach girl. For sure, I'm a beach girl. Yeah, I really love it. Okay, and what I think about Marseille. Marseille is in the south of France. Is a beautiful city. I've been only to Marseille only once, so I can't, really judge. When you're going in Marseille, it's the south of France, and I'm coming from the north of France, so completely like a different culture. They are more close than the Italy, and it's a Mediterranean vibe, and people are speaking with a very, very accent marseillais. So maybe I'm going to put a video to imagine.
Les mots, comme il doit être dit, quand j'entends, moi, des gens du Nord, ou je sais pas.
Par exemple, quand je parle français comme ça, tu comprends que je n'ai pas d'accent, je parle vraiment comme une parisienne. There is a difference, we are cooking with butter, they are cooking with olive oil, they are eating a lot of salad and fresh vegetables. We are eating in Normandy more potatoes, cheese, everything a bit more heavy as well. So yeah, it's a different culture, it's fun, and definitely for the soccer team of Marseille, so is l'Olympique de Marseille, l'OM. I'm not for them. No, I'm for the PSG. PSG is Paris team soccer because Kylian Mbappé is inside the team and I love him. Voilà. So this is a war between PSG, between Paris and Marseille for the soccer. It's a big war. And it's beautiful there, but I will definitely never live there because for me it's too hot. South of France is really too hot. But my goal now is just to take my camera, to take my dog, to take a little bag, to take the train and just go to Marseille. It's 3 hours in a train and I will do a vlog and go in a place in Marseille. I'm manifesting so much that because I will love to. And in Marseille, you have something very, very beautiful. Is near Marseille. It's called Les Calanques de Cassis. And at Les Calanques de Cassis, everyone will be able to go. It's like in Thailand, my beach in Thailand now is closed. Because too much people was going there, and we know with the solar cream they completely fucked up the coral inside the water. So in Calanques de Cassis is the same now. You need to have a ticket to go there. It's very good for the ecology, so I'm very good with that. But so a few years ago when it was not like that, it was packed, completely packed, and with my ex-boyfriend we were in vacation in August, and you have to know that in August in France everyone is in vacation. It's crazy. It's a lot of people on the beach. So we were at 2 hours, like we are in Aix-en-Provence. It's 2 hours drive from Cassis, Les Calanques de Cassis. And we decided to wake up very early in the morning. It was like 6 a.m. and we went tous les calanques de cassis, with a picnic, you know, we were dreaming to jump in a clear water and to spend the best day ever. But when we arrived, it was completely packed, impossible to park the car. And my car was a very old car, was with no AC, so we were completely dying. And we were start fighting, you know, like, it's your fault, I told you I didn't want to go. And we couldn't find a park, so we were so pissed off in a car, like, and we decided to go back at Aix-en-Provence. So it was the worst day of the vacation ever. But I always think about this story because I think it's really fun, you know. It can happen to everyone, so it's very fun. So voilà, Marseille, definitely want to go there to do a vlog for sure. And if you're watching this, I think you must go to Marseille as well. But with a car, because if you want to don't be stuck in the city, you must have a car. Last question, your outfit choices. Definitely Birkenstock for the shoes or very comfortable shoes. I'm a big fan of comfortable shoes because voilà, it's the most important thing. And after, I like everything simple, like a white t-shirt, a jean, you know, something very simple. I like coton, I like cashmere, I like lin, I like very good materials, and I don't buy any fast fashion anymore that I used to buy a lot, but not anymore. Now I really want to have a nice product, nice clothes, because, you know, I have this mindset, minimalist mindset, so I'm not buying a lot. I want to feel good in my clothes. And I want to feel pretty as well because, you know, during the COVID and this period, is maybe 3 or 4 years, I really stopped. I was working online at home. I really stopped to buy and to dress very well. I'm always on legging or jogging and stuff. And I always look like a bit like, you know, I have a shitty look sometimes. So I really want, and you can see my vlogs, I'm always wearing, anyway, when I'm home, I'm... with the worst. Anyways, so my goal in 2024 is to look prettier, nice clothes, to have colors because I love colors. I think is colors. I don't know if I can say that, but cheers me up. You know, like give me a good tone because I have a very white skin. But I choose to have a white skin because I don't like the sunlight too much. Voilà. So I think that's all for the choice. So stay tuned and help me when you see me with a nice outfit, let me know because I need help for that, definitely. I can't do the shopping alone. You know, I always need my sister to be here. I can't take any decision. I'm like, this is a present for my sister from Christmas and I love it. It's a pullover from Future. I really love this brand. I need help. I need advice. I will wish to have a personal shopper. I have the money for that. Anyways, just subscribe because next week I'm gonna do a very long, I hope, a long vlog. I'm gonna do the puppy yoga, try the puppy yoga, so you must stay tuned. I'm gonna try to film and record for 20 or 30 minutes vlog, you know, to have more watch time, to be monetized, because I need to be honest. And someone put on the comments that they want more longest vlog as well, so I'm trying that. And that's all I want to say for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.